Welcome to a lesson on unit conversions using American units. The United States Customary Units System, also referred to as the American Units System or Standard Unit System, is the most commonly used system of measurement in the United States. The United States is the only industrialized nation that does not mainly use the metric system in its commercial and standards activities, although the metric system is universally used in science and increasingly in medical, government, and other sectors of industry, even within the United States. So here are the conversions that we'll be using. We'll be doing conversions of length, weight, as well as capacity in this lesson. And there are two main ways of converting measurement units. Method one is by multiplying and dividing, where we multiply when converting from larger units to smaller units, and we divide when converting from smaller units to larger units. We're not going to be using this method in this lesson. We'll be using method 2, the method of using unit fractions. So we're going to multiply by unit fractions to do our conversions, where a unit fraction is a fraction equal to 1. Each unit fraction will have different units in the numerator and denominator formed by using a known conversion. So let's take a look at our first example. Here we're asked to perform the following length conversions. We want to convert 45 inches into feet for number 1. So because we're using unit fractions, we'll begin by writing 45 inches as a fraction with a denominator of 1. And now we're going to multiply by a unit fraction or a fraction equal to 1 to convert from inches to feet, as long as there's a direct conversion from inches to feet. So looking at our table below, notice how we're told here that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So using this conversion, we can form two unit fractions, either 1 foot over 12 inches or 12 inches over 1 foot. Both of those fractions would be equal to 1. But because we're trying to convert inches to feet, we don't want inches in our answer, so we want inches to simplify out. And because we have inches in the numerator, we'll put inches in the denominator and feet in the numerator. And again, the conversion is 1 foot equals 12 inches. Notice in this form, the units of inches simplifies out because inches divided by inches would simplify to 1. And now we multiply. 45 times 1 is 45. Of course, 1 times 12 is 12. And now we have our conversion. This quotient here will give us a number of feet in 45 inches. So remember, a fraction bar means division. So using the calculator, 45 divided by 12 is equal to 3.75. So now we know that 45 inches is equal to 3.75 feet. Of course, we could also express this as a fraction. Going back to the calculator, if we press math, enter, notice how it tells us that 3.75 is equal to 15 fourths. So we could also express this as 15 fourths feet, or if we want, 15 fourths would be equal to 3 and 3/4 feet. We'll go ahead and express it as 3.75 feet. Next, we're asked to convert 6 miles to yards. So we begin by writing 6 miles as a fraction. So we have 6 miles over 1. And now we'll look at our conversions to see if there's a conversion from miles to yards. But notice how there's not a direct conversion given that goes from miles to yards. Notice how we have 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. So we can convert miles to feet using this conversion. And then also here we have 1 yard equals 3 feet. So in this case, we'll have to multiply by 2 unit fractions to convert miles to yards from the given information. So we'll have 2 unit fractions to convert miles to yards. So let's first convert miles to feet. We don't want miles in our answer, so we'll put miles in the denominator and feet in the numerator. And the conversion is 5,280 feet is equal to 1 mile. Notice how the units of miles would simplify out. And now we have feet. We want to convert feet to yards. And again, because 1 yard equals 3 feet, and we don't want feet in our answer, we'll put feet in the denominator and yards in the numerator. And the conversion is 1 yard equals 3 feet. Notice how the units of feet simplifies out. So now we multiply. We have 6 times 5,280 in the numerator, and we have 1 times 1 times 3 in the denominator. So our denominator is 3, and the numerator is 31,680. And now we'll find this quotient to determine how many yards there are in 6 miles. So we have 31,680 divided by 3, which gives us 10,560. And again, this should be the number of yards in 6 miles. Our last conversion of length, we want to convert 9.6 yards to feet. So we'll write 9.6 yards as a fraction. We want to convert yards to feet. And remember, we have 1 yard equals 3 feet. So because we want yards to simplify out, we'll write yard in the denominator and feet in the numerator. And the conversion is 3 feet equals 1 yard. The units of yards simplifies out. So notice here, our denominator is 1, so we need to find the product of 9.6 and 3. 9.6 times 3 is equal to 28.8. So 9.6 yards equals 28.8 feet. Now let's take a look at some conversions of weight. We have 6.3 tons equals how many pounds? So we write 6.3 tons as a fraction with a denominator of 1. And then we take a look at our conversions to see if there's a conversion from tons to pounds. And notice how we have a conversion here, 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. Because we don't want tons in our answer, we'll write tons in the denominator and pounds in the numerator. And the conversion is 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. Notice how the units of tons simplifies out. So now we multiply. So we just have 6.3 times 2,000, which is equal to 12,600. So 6.3 tons is equal to 12,600 pounds. Next, we're asked to convert 86 ounces to pounds. So notice how, looking at our conversions, we know that 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. So because we're converting ounces to pounds, we don't want ounces in our answer, so we'll write ounces in the denominator and pounds in the numerator. And again, the conversion is 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Notice how ounces divided by ounces simplifies to 1. So multiplying, we have 86 divided by 16 pounds. And now we'll find this quotient to know how many pounds there are in 86 ounces. So 86 divided by 16 is equal to 5.375. So 86 ounces is equal to 5.375 pounds. Next, we're asked to convert 6,400 ounces to tons. So we write 6,400 ounces as a fraction with a denominator of 1. Looking at our conversions, though, there's not a direct conversion from ounces to tons, which means we'll have to multiply by 2 unit fractions. One, where we convert ounces to pounds, and then we'll convert pounds to tons. So we want our answer to be in tons. Because we don't want ounces, we'll put ounces in the denominator here, and we're converting ounces to pounds. The conversion is 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Notice how the units of ounces would simplify out. Next, we know that 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. Because we don't want pounds in our answer, we'll put pounds in the denominator and tons in the numerator, so that the units of pounds will simplify out. The conversion is 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. So now we multiply. The units of pounds simplifies out. Now multiplying, notice how we have 6,400 in the numerator. Our denominator is 16 times 2,000, which should be 32,000. And now we find this quotient to know how many tons there are in 6,400 ounces. So 6,400 divided by 32,000 is equal to 0.2 or 0.2. Of course, this is tons. So 6,400 ounces is equal to 0.2 tons. Now let's take a look at 3 examples of converting capacity. Here we're asked to convert 3 quarts to cups. So we have 3 quarts as a fraction with a denominator of 1. We're going to convert to cups. So looking at our conversions, we're looking for a conversion that involves quarts and cups. And notice how there isn't one, but we can convert quarts to pints and then pints to cups, which means we have to multiply by 2-unit fractions to perform this conversion, at least from the given conversions. So we'll first convert, again, quarts to pints. We don't want quarts in our answer, so we'll write quarts in the denominator. So if I simplify with these quarts in the numerator, we'll have pints in the numerator, and the conversion, again, is 1 quart equals 2 pints. Now quarts simplifies out, and we have pints, but now we need to convert pints to cups. So we'll have pints in the denominator, cups in the numerator. The conversion is 2 cups equals 1 pint, and the units of pints simplifies out. So here we have 3 times 2 times 2 all over 1, which would just be 12, which means 3 quarts equals 12 cups. Next, we're asked to convert 72 fluid ounces to pints. So 72 fluid ounces over 1, we're converting to pints. And again, there's not one direct conversion from fluid ounces to pints, at least from what's given. We have 8 fluid ounces equals 1 cup, and then we have 1 pint equals 2 cups. So again, we have to multiply by 2-unit fractions to perform this conversion. So we'll first convert fluid ounces to cups. So fluid ounces to cups. The conversion is 8 fluid ounces is equal to 1 cup. So now the ounces simplifies out, and we have cups, but we want pints. And we know that 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. So we'll write cups in the denominator, pints in the numerator, and again the conversion is 2 cups equals 1 pint. So multiplying, we have 72 over 8 times 2 is 16. This quotient will tell us how many pints there are in 72 fluid ounces. So we'll go back to the calculator, and this gives us 4.5, which means 72 fluid ounces is equal to 4.5 pints. For our last conversion, we want to convert 3.5 gallons to fluid ounces. Notice how we'll have to have several conversions here. We'll first convert gallons to quarts. So gallons in the denominator, quarts in the numerator. 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. So now we have converted gallons to quarts. And now we'll convert quarts to pints, then pints to cups, and cups to fluid ounces. Actually, let's add our own conversion here. If 1 quart equals 2 pints and 1 pint equals 2 cups, maybe we can recognize that 1 quart is equal to 4 cups. So let's use our own conversion, 1 quart equals 4 cups, to speed up the process. So we're going to multiply by a unit fraction, where we'll have quarts in the denominator, cups in the numerator, and again, the conversion we recognized is that 1 quart is equal to 4 cups. Quarts simplifies out, leaving us with cups, but again, our goal is to have ounces, so we'll need one more unit fraction using the conversion 1 cup equals 8 fluid ounces. So multiplying by cups in the denominator, fluid ounces in the numerator, and again, 8 fluid ounces is equal to 1 cup, so cups simplifies out, and now we can determine how many fluid ounces there are in 3.5 gallons. Notice how the denominator is 1, so we can just multiply the numerators. So we have 3.5 times 4 times 4 times 8, which equals 448, which means there are 448 fluid ounces in 3.5 gallons. Okay, I hope you found this lesson helpful.